Good evening, Biju sir.
Good evening, sir.
Ma'am. Good evening. Yes, Malika ma'am. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah, and good evening, everybody. I think let's start, right? Hearty welcome,
Yes.
everybody, to Extramural Education and Training. Well, this is about Kaveri, which everybody is looking forward to. For transacting in the classrooms, and many queries we have received through your registrations. Hope we will be able to, address all your queries by the end of the session. Madam has prepared kind of, navigation through Kaveri and the quintessence of the syllabus that is, released by CBSE. And I have played short, clips of our honorable chairman CBSE and academic director Pragya ma'am, through which also you can understand lots of things about R1, R2 language system, three language system, and how English Kaveri is going to be dealt with. Still, if you have questions, we'll take it at the end of the presentation. So let's listen very carefully to Malika ma'am. So on behalf of everybody, let's wish Malika ma'am the best. And we thank Malika ma'am for taking out time for preparing. Indeed, she was very held up, very much held up with evaluation and all. Today also she went for evaluation. So amidst her busy schedule, she has come with her preparation. So thank you so much, Malika ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
We have we'll be able to address your queries. Let's stay tuned and let us watch and take away the important points. Thank you so much, and I request Biju sir to introduce ma'am. Biju sir.
Sure, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
It is my privilege to introduce today's resource person, Malika Sun. Ms. Malika is a seasoned educationist with 19 years of rich experience in teaching, training, and school leadership. She is a CBSE resource person, Extra Mile certified master trainer, and Extra Mile moderator. She is currently working as PGT English and career counselor at DPS Kalinga, Odisha. Her career journey includes serving as principal of Narayana School, Durgapur, and holding senior positions such as senior coordinator and head of the English department in reputed schools across the country. Academically accomplished, she holds dual master's degrees in English and education, along with a B.Ed and PGDSLM. She has been trained at Trinity College London in International Standard English and is certified in international teaching from Cambridge University. Her contributions to education have been recognized with prestigious accolades, including the Extra Mile Educator Award, Best School and Principal Award from Times of India, IHM Award, and the Guru Award. She has conducted numerous training programs for educators and learners both in India and abroad, making a significant impact on teaching practices and student development. Beyond her professional achievements, she finds joy in music, singing, and organizing cultural events, which reflect her creative spirit and passion for holistic education. Hearty welcome, Ms. Malika. Please proceed. The stage is yours.
Yes, Malika, over to you.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for this grand welcome, sir, once again. And again, meeting you all in the same platform, Extra Mile. And let's begin the session without wasting any more time, because we had been waiting to discuss on this topic since a long time when it was introduced, but in between many other work came up. So finally we are here. If any queries are there, definitely I'm going to attend it at the end of the session. So let's share the screen. So I'm sharing it. Okay. Just a second. So is it visible?
Yes, very
Yes,
much.
ma'am.
Very much.
Okay, thank you, sir. So today's session and the topic is Grade 9 English Curriculum 2026-27, R1 and R2. And also we are going to discuss about the new assessment pattern for Class 9 and Class 10. I have, selected this cover page of the book which we are all talking about, and many questions are there on this, but I was going through the whole PDF in the last 6 to 7 days. I must say it is excellently designed, and a team of 15 to 16 educators from all around the country, all their names are given in the preface. They have designed it with a lot of thought, and it is aligned with NCF 2023. So that's the major change that we have seen over here. When you will turn the pages, as you must have started, many teachers must have started teaching the chapters. Few lessons are known to us and few are not. So definitely it's an interesting book to go with. And there are only one book right now. The other two books, Beehive and Moments, are not there from this session. What are the pros and cons, and whether this is good or not, or the excellent one or not? Definitely we will go through that journey today, and I will eagerly wait to know your opinion and your feedback also on the same, so that we can discuss and we can collaborate and cooperate with each other, because this is a new venture that we are going to start. So let's begin with the next slide. The first page that I have just taken from the curriculum, it is already mentioned in the curriculum of 26-27 released by CBSE, which talks about NEP. And NEP envisions an education system that is firmly rooted in India's civilizational wisdom, values, and ethical traditions. In this book, you will see there is a lot of rich intellectual heritage along with that. Learners will definitely be able to engage themselves more. And along with that, the main focus in the book, what I have observed is we have to give them chances to speak. There should be a lot of discussions. There should be a lot of experiential learning inside the classroom, not only just focusing on the chapters and completing it one after the other, and running with the lessons and completion of the syllabus. Rather, the number of chapters are less over here, but more time should be given on the competencies, on the experiential learning, and on the LSRW skills, which we always talk about, but due to completion of the syllabus, we don't get the time to focus more on speaking and listening, So writing we definitely do, reading also we try to do. So this book is mainly, circling around NEP, and it is also NCF for SE, that is Secondary Education 2023, which provides concrete expression to this vision by laying out a coherent curricular pathway across stages of schooling that nurtures. These points are very important: critical thinking, creativity, and sensitivity. Along with that, lots of life skills are there in every chapter. So values are also there, which will definitely make our next generation responsible citizen, and they should be interconnected globally, and we really need that at this moment. Moving to the next slide. Just a minute. These are some of the features of CBSE secondary school curriculum. There are 14 points over here. I've already told few points from this. So first one is holistic development. Second one, competency-based education. You can take a screenshot of this. When you're preparing your lesson plan or your pedagogical skills, please keep in mind and all these 14 points that are mentioned over here. Art education is very, very important over here again. Take some constitutional values. You must have seen that in many textbooks, in the preface, the preamble is there, and many other points are mentioned there, but we don't discuss all those points with our students. So this is also one of the part of holistic development to make a strong citizen of the country. Our constitutional values are equally important. This is a part of this book is definitely a part of it. Apart from that, environmental literacy, inclusive education, we are already doing. Your pedagogy should be engaging and effective one. Okay, multidisciplinary, you try to bring other subjects into this, into our language. Okay, other subjects can be definitely, mixed or mingled. Ask the other teachers to come, and your pedagogy should be in that designed in such a manner that other subjects are also given equal importance. And the 13th point, multilingualism, which I will discuss later. And the last point, which sir already told in the beginning, computational thinking and artificial intelligence. This is a major part again for this session. What is NCF SA 2023 aims to achieve in terms of our language, in terms of English language? First is oracy and literacy for all, effective communication skills. I'm really sorry to say, but still the students, and we have to go a long journey in this. Whenever we call them to speak, without our guidance and training, hardly any student, they are confidently coming and speaking without any preparation, even a class 12 grade child. So we have to work on this, that what is it that is stopping them from effective communication skills. Although we are trying our level best, all the teachers are trying hard to bring all the LSRW skills, then what is it that when they are asked to come and speak on the stage, they are nervous and they have lot of other challenges that they face. So this is also one of the aims we have to achieve. Third one is literary and creative capacities, which we are already doing. Fourth, appreciation and engagement in the culture. That also we are already doing, but this time we have to focus more as per this book, Kaveri, grade 9, and linkages with Indian knowledge systems. That also is there. These pictures that you will see on the screen, this I have directly taken from the curriculum of grade 9, where they have written very particularly. Let's discuss one point from here, right? This one in languages, that in accordance with this circular and NCF SA's multilingual vision, languages are organized through a structured 3-language framework across stages R1, R2, and R3. And when and how it is implemented, this table is very much clear. In class 6, R3, we are not talking about R3 today, R1 and R2, but this table is also important for us because in class 6, R3 is introduced this year, and this same 6th standard, this batch of 6th standard, when they will reach their grade 10, 20, 30, 31, they will be appearing for R1, R2, and R3. So this is what the table talks about. This is there in the website as well. You can go through these pages. Only selected pages I have taken, which is in accordance with our subject. So according to the languages, we should have PE, we should have vocational education, we should have multidisciplinary pedagogy, and we should focus more on competencies and the experiential learning in the classroom. Now, dear educators, you see here in this blue box, choice of language. There is table 7 is given here. I'll show you that table as well, where R1 is offered by CBSE any language. There's a list of R1, which is there in that table, and R2 language other than the one offered as R1. It all depends on the school, which one you're taking. Okay, right now we will talk about R1 and R2 for grade 9 this session. So I'll just show you that table. Medium of instruction, definitely it should be English. But yes, they have also mentioned that from grade 3 to grade 12, medium of instruction preparatory stage up to grade 12 can also be one of the native languages. So this part is also important. And where the primary MOI is not such language, if it is not English, then one Indian language may be offered as an option for MOI till grade 12. This is also very important. Pedagogical and assessment approach. Pedagogical approach, I have already told you, we have to start our classroom strategies in a different manner. The first thing is, please try, if possible, try to change the seating arrangement. Because when I was going through the lessons, I have seen there are so many activities designed after each and every lesson where you need a lot of interaction, lot of discussion, group activities. There are individual activities, there are pair activities. So in that case, if your seating arrangement is done properly in the classroom, I feel for the English educators, it will be really easier to approach the students and get the learning outcomes as desired. So curriculum materials, very important. Teacher training, which we are already doing. Assessment practices, which is reflecting the pedagogical skills that we are designing. All right. Now, assessment in language prioritizes comprehension, articulation, analytical ability, and application over rote memorization. This book is specially designed where the child has to come out from his shell share his experiences, speak a lot in the classroom, listen to all the activities the teacher is doing or his friends are doing. And apart from the classroom, outside, in the outside world also, outside the school building, what all is happening, they should be quite aware and bring it in the classroom. So there should be no point of rote memorization, right? So when we will go through the dive deeper into the syllabus and see the lessons, we will check out. Inclusion and relaxations, we'll talk later. This is the table 7, which I was talking about. And here you can see Hindi can be taken as R1 as R2. English can be taken as R1 and R2. And similarly, Urdu is also there. Kannada is also there as R1 and R2. And so if we are selecting English as R1, then any other native language can be taken as R2. If suppose we are taking Hindi as R1, then English has to be taken as R2. Is there any difference between R1 and R2? Yes, there is a slight difference in the syllabus. I mean, the question paper pattern. There's no difference in the book. If you're selecting R1 or R2, any schools, whoever is selecting, the book will remain the same. The pattern of teaching will remain the same. What changes will be there will be in the writing section and little bit in the reading section. Question paper pattern, again, as I said, writing and reading section, there are some changes into it in terms of R1 and R2. So let's introduce ourselves with the grade 9 curriculum English R1 and R2. Introduction, what is it talking about? This curriculum is talking about comprehension skills, expression skills, interpretation, and critical engagement. Let us fix into these 4 points only right now. That I, as an educator, English language educator, I should be able to reach these 4 points or objectives or outcomes inside the classroom for my learners. So comprehension skills, expression skills, interpretation, and critical engagement with the texts. And to get that outcome, I have to be ready with my pedagogy. I always keep telling this. I have taken sessions on this earlier also here on the same platform. So pedagogical processes, it should not be like just I'm completing on Friday and I'm ready for Monday because my papers are ready. It should be implemented in the classroom. Please take your lesson plan into the classroom, and before 10 minutes, 15 minutes, just go through it, or previous night go through it. This is what I have planned. Because when we plan for the whole month or maybe for the whole week. But when the class starts, then at times, due to shortage of time or any other issues, most of the time we forget all the outcomes that we wanted to inside the classroom. So please make your pedagogy, design it in such a way, sit together. I must say all grade 9 teachers should sit together, collaborate with each other, take ideas from each other, and make a concrete pedagogy. Otherwise, only these 8 lessons we can easily complete in 3 months as well. We will not be able to achieve what we really want to, or what CBSE really wants us to do, right? That's why the number of lessons are less this time. So dialogic reading, reflective writing, listening and speaking activities should be there more. There should be contextual use of language through discussion in the classroom. Please make it a learner-centered classroom. Interpretation skills and creative expression. You can bring a lot of activities. You can ask questions. You can make worksheets. Please use a digital classroom. Make some PPTs, quiz. So many things are there which we can definitely bring in the classroom. Language learning approach should be experiential. I already told just now, activity-based, discussion-based. Promote the culture of self-learning, that the learners should be always confident enough to complete the assessments by themselves, or any task you are giving. It should not be like the teacher or any parent, they have to sit beside the child and do it. The moment the child is able to do his work, complete his work properly all alone, means we have already achieved the outcome which we want to, right? So that should be there. Please promote that culture and reduce dependency on the teacher. The next point. All these points are there in the curriculum. As I said, I've just taken out the key words from there and made this presentation. Next one is cooperative learning, which I've already told you, but I have told for the teachers to cooperate and collaborate, bring it inside the classroom with the students as well. Students should also cooperate, and they have great ideas, excellent ideas, okay, which we cannot think of. and connect with culture, society, and heritage. In the beginning, we discussed. Assessment, when we talk about the assessment, we will see how the question paper and all they have designed. It is all talking about understanding. All the Bloom's taxonomy is there definitely. Okay, so understanding is there, interpretation, communicative clarity is there or not. Articulation of ideas, definitely in the writing skill, it will be reflecting. They should be able to analyze and respond to the text in multiple modes. Multiple modes means like you will see different type of questions are introduced this time, which was not there in the previous year. Right. So I will show you that also, that what is this multiple modes means, right? What type of extra questions, new questions we are going to frame this time. And it should not only be on recall and response that I will remember, yeah, I remember the lesson and I just write the character's name, or this is the theme, or this is the tone. Okay, not like that. Standards, yeah, learning standards. Your learning standard inside the classroom is what the students know, what the student should be able to express, and what skills and knowledge you want in grade 9. Remember, this grade 9 will be appearing for R1 and R2 in their boards, right, in 28. So this is the journey which we are beginning with, a new journey. Please plan the content. Please work on the pedagogy, assessment, the type of questions. We have to do a lot of brainstorming on that this time. Let the learners learn and imbibe all the outcomes that you want them to achieve inside the classroom, and be a self and independent learner. And definitely we have to develop the linguistic proficiency as well, right? There's a specific term in the curriculum mentioned. You can remember it, tell it to your friends as well. CGs. This term, please remember, CGs. CGs means curricular goals. So it's the same thing, learning objectives, learning outcomes that we say, but the term is different this time. So CGs and competencies, this is what we have to check for. Many questions were there, they were asked. Salam sir had already given me a few questions where it was told that what we should look for, or how we will teach in the classroom. So we should look for the CGs. And the CGs are already mentioned in the curriculum. I'll show you the next page, you'll see. And what are the competencies we want? You will see it's very easy. There are not that a huge list of competencies mentioned, and a lot of learning outcomes are there. We had, few files. It is already there in the CBSE website, where learning objectives and outcomes for different subjects are mentioned at different level. Right, primary, middle school, secondary, senior secondary. We are already having it. But this one I felt is very scientifically and technically designed, where only 5-6 points are there, and the same thing we have to 4 goals are there, and 5 to 6 competencies for each goals. So I think it will be very easy for us to design our pedagogy based on this CGs and competencies. So it is derived from the aims of education. It is very technically and scientifically designed, as I said. Implementation, we have to do it. Competencies which are there, they are specific and observable, or we can say they are smart. All right, and it is systematically accessible learning achievements. This one also, I just show you the slide once again. Please take this, note down this term, SALA. Okay, one term I said CGs and competencies, and another one is SALA, systematically accessible learning achievements. Means the assessment that we are going to do, it should be done systematically, and it should be focusing on the CGs and competencies, which we will try to bring it in the classroom. This is the page which I was talking about for language R1. Okay, so R2 is also having, but there are less goals and less competencies compared to R1. So if it is R1, any school has selected R1, you can see here, there are 4 CGs mentioned on the left-hand side. And according to that CG, there are competencies which we have to achieve. So the first CG one that is mentioned uses language for effective communication through writing various forms. Means basically it is all about the writing skill, like essays, letters, articles, the ones which we will use it in the future. Discussions, interviews, public speeches, and for new media, email, audio, and visual material, right? For this CG1, what are the competencies we have to focus? And we have to bring it in our teaching style. So first competency, that the child should use language appropriate to social context, should be able to express agreement and disagreement with reasons, and arrives at a conclusion through discussions and debate. Okay, next competency, they should be able to write it in different style, narrative, descriptive and all, and share their experiences. Next competency should be related to real life situations like invitations and speeches. So basically CG1 is all talking about writing skill. All right. CG2 develops an appreciation of the aesthetics in different genres like humor, suspense, tragedy through analysis of different style of writings. And also they are bringing these elements in their writing skill like story writing, narrative, descriptive writing. We need all these curricular goals. What are the competencies we should focus? First one is it describes characteristic of works of literature from different time periods, early, medieval, and contemporary. And next one is they should be able to analyze the literary text by close reading, critiquing, and interpreting. Questions will be there designed on this. And C2, 3 is compose. They should be able to compose literary text by using appropriate literary devices. So same thing, poetic devices, literary devices, we are already doing it. And these three competencies are related to our goal number 2 here. Next goal 3 uses language to develop reasoning and argumentation skills by engaging with a variety of audio and written material. That means more listening skill we have to do. Audio and written material means more and more listening activities we have to bring in the classroom. It should not be like once in a year or twice in a year. We are playing the audio and giving them a worksheet and they listen to the audio and they solve it and we give the marks. CBC is telling us to do it on a regular basis in the classroom so that their listening skills are developed. And there are 2 competencies here, analyzes and evaluates the different audio and written material. And number 2 is they should be able to argue with proper reasons or rationale by carefully evaluating the premises. CG4 talks about appreciating literary and cultural heritage related to the language and the richness of Indian languages. So here also similarly, you can see there are 3 and 4 competencies given. All these are related to language R1. Next page that you see over here is for R2. In R2, we have 3 curricular goals or 3 CGs. And for CG1, we have 4 competency. CG2, we have 2 and CG3, we have 3. So total 3 plus 2, 5 and 9. We have to achieve 9 competencies in this whole session for grade 9 using the book Kaveri, and along with that are all the reading, writing and grammar topics that are given. All right. So please go through this. It is already there in the website. Please go through these pages carefully. If required, take a printout of these 2 pages and fix it in your lesson plan. Okay. So what are the focus areas of the syllabus? It is aiming to develop students' ability. These are the focus areas, the way the syllabus is designed. And they should be able to use language effectively for communication, reasoning, creative expression. All of us are doing all this. More and more LSRW skills, strengthening the LSRW skills, critical thinking, literary appreciation, analytical thinking. Now, how to do analytical thinking? These top terms we are already knowing, right? When competency-based education, we were trained on that. And our pedagogy changed, and from rote learning we moved on to a different style of teaching learning process in the classroom. We already know analytical thinking, critical thinking, literary appreciation. But now the question is how frequently we are doing it. Is it like we are just giving the questions and let them write and then we are doing the corrections, or is it that we are giving the questions in the classroom, 1 question at least on critical thinking after every lesson, and let them write in the classroom without the help of any mobile phone or internet or anything, Google. So we have to bring it in the classroom. Again, I'm telling that's why the number of chapters are less. Okay, so let them do it in the classroom. If required, let them work in pair, no issues. If you feel like, okay, 2 students can sit together and make a buddy teacher, let them do it. Creativity and collaboration and real life application of the language skills, that is all about writing skill once again. In the reading section, the same thing is there. There are 4 sections in the syllabus: reading, then we have grammar and writing, and then we have literature. Okay, so same sections are there. What is it that CBSE is focusing on? Reading section, they should be able to read and comprehend, identify the main ideas. There are no specific changes over here. They should be able to analyze, interpret and evaluate. Already we are doing that. And distinguish between facts and opinions, because you will see they have mentioned the different types of passages this time. Okay, that that R1 should have discursive passage or R2 should have factual passage. They have already mentioned it specifically. And we are going to train them accordingly. So infer the meanings and draw conclusions, understand the author's perspective, connect the ideas from the text and develop critical reading skills. And they should be able to read independently. If required, please utilize your time, give more time to them that they should stand up and read, or just come in front of where you are there. You can go to the child's place or seat, and then they should be called and read, face the class and read. So reading independently, loud reading is very important this time. Next one, in writing section, different types of writing skills are there, which I have already focused here. Just a second. See, yeah. So different styles of writing, especially these 4 we have to do. Today, in details of the writing skill, we will not do. We need another class. I'll tell Salam sir in details only on writing skill. We can have a session on that. But I have kept few slides on that as well. So narrative writing style, descriptive writing style, expository and persuasive. Children, many 9th grade, they must not be knowing these terms, right? You can write in the chat box the meanings of these words, all the educators over there. Expository writing and persuasive. First 2, all of you know, I know, right? So what are these different style of writing and how we are going to train the students? You can express your views in the chat box. I will go and read at the end. Present ideas with clarity. Describe your expressions, events, and observations. Express opinions and viewpoints. This is very, very important. In writing skill, most of the time we see that the students are going through various, guidebooks or maybe various websites, and they see others writing, and they try to just write this in the same way in their own notebooks. So we don't want that. Okay, we have to bring and ask them that we want your opinion, we want your viewpoints, because you will be the next generation and you are the future of India. So you should know how to express your own views, right? So that is very, very important here, so that they are ready for their life in future. Gather and organize ideas from different sources. Use technology and digital tools, because that's very important. Okay, but it should not be like copying and pasting. And yes, our role is the last one, to review, edit, improve, give feedback. Sometimes you can ask them if they are the fast learners in the classroom. You can tell them that you can do your self-assessment as well. Okay, moving to the next one, listening skill. Listening skill, more and more conversation, more and more discussion. Bring some audios, play it in the classroom, ask them to listen to it. It's not always that you have to give a worksheet, listen to it and solve. You can ask them to listen to it, give one question after that, let them discuss, and they can come and speak. So it's a combined, both the skills you're combining, listening as well as speaking. Identify the main ideas, as I said just now, in the spoken text, what they are speaking about, speeches or any media. From the media, you can take out some information, right? Ask them to write the key points, listen to it, and ask them to write the key points and share it with the class. Note and organize the details. Just listen to it and note and organize the details. So different activities, so that they are interested in the classroom. For speaking, we are already doing it, like debates and extempore and speeches we are already doing, but it should be more now. And presentations also. It can be a group work where they will, on one topic, they can show, prepare a presentation, show it to the class, and also deliver it, right? They should be able to respond the questions appropriately and with respect. With respect, okay? The vocabulary that they should use, it should be effective and respectful. Right, so we have to train them accordingly. Grammar and vocabulary, what is it focusing? No changes as such, what I have seen in the syllabus. The same topics are there: tenses, modals, reported speech. The questions will be transformation, rearrangement. So same type of questions as we had been doing. Subject, verb, concord is there, determiners are there, clauses are there. So there are not any specific changes in the grammar section. All right, now coming to the literature, the prose and the poetries that we have. In the book, there are different genres here. We have to read it loudly in the classroom. Let the readers also participate. Ask them to go home, read it with proper voice modulation, intonation, record it, send it to the teacher. That we can do that. They can go home and they can record their own voice. They can nicely recite a poetry and send it to you. Then you can give the feedback next day. Okay, the pronunciation is not this, it is this. So it should not be just one way that I have already taught and it's over. So grade 9 also requires this time to focus on their speaking skills and the recitation. Analyze the characters, themes, and ideas. We are already doing. Interpret the events, conflicts, and relationships. We are doing this, but we have to do more this time. Recognize the influence of context and culture. Where? Whom it is influencing, the society or the children or any other person in the society. With this lesson, how it can influence the society. So we have to bring that your class ambience should be like that, or the moment you are beginning the class, pre-reading activity should be like that. It can be an art integrated one, it can be an experiential one, it can be a competency one, it can be a competency. So you please bring that, influence your learners in a different style this time. Identify the literary devices, already we are doing again. Interpret the meanings, evaluate the characters, what are the motivations there, and yes, personal responses, not only in terms of writing, but also in terms of speaking. All right, they should be able to appreciate what we are doing in the classroom and what text they are reading. It shouldn't be like they are scared, okay, new book is there, or it is a boring one again. We already know this. It's all upon us how we are designing our classroom and how our learners are taking interest the way we are teaching them. So that is why pedagogy again and again the same term. So right, so we should know that how much our students, the strength of our students, the capacity of the students, depending on that you can make your pedagogy level high or low. Okay, for the slow learners you can have a different set of questions as we normally do, and for the high achievers you can give them the tougher ones, the HOTS, okay, higher order thinking skill questions. Ask them to do more self-study, explore new things, ask them to do research on the same topic and bring it in the classroom, have a lot of discussion, arrange some seminars, then exploration, discovery. So these points are also mentioned and it should be a part of your pedagogy. Discussion-based, project-based, discovery-oriented, art integrated, sports integrated, activity-based. So these and experiential integrated, inquiry driven, already we have discussed just now, right? Effective pedagogy, CBSE curriculum is telling that there should be a lot of questioning and debating. There should be the students' experience and voice and previous knowledge should be checked. We have to take the responsibility of giving them timely feedback. Not that, okay, we wanted to tell and because of shortage of time we couldn't. We are always connected nowadays through technology. So please give the timely feedback. You can just type it on their phone number that this is what I observed. Kindly work on it. And acknowledge the students' diversity in the classroom. Every learner is different. We know that, and we have to give respect to the, as we have studied in Gardner's process, that there are different types of learners in the classroom, right, with different intelligences. So please try to identify in the beginning only, right? And accordingly, you give them questions and involve them in the activities. Factors related, oral representations, organizing the thoughts properly, literary appreciation, open house dialogue, very important. Bring them to the assemblies, make them a part of the celebrations. Every child should get the opportunity. It should not be only the ones who are always the best ones, and they are the ones always participating in celebration, assembly, activity, competitions, or any discussions, okay, or any role play. Please involve every learner in the classroom, and that is how we can achieve the curricular goals. Right. And yes, improve listening skills. Again and again, CBSE has focused on this term in the curriculum, that listening skill should be focused, speaking skill should be focused. And I think we are lagging in that somewhere. That's why, this time we have to work on that. Developing reading skills, I have already discussed on that. Just said literature club can be made, a poetry house can be made, involve some learners into that. Those who are good in poetry, they can frame, design, write, involve them. Fiction reading groups, different groups can be made in the classroom. Okay, there should be closer reading inside the classroom, means critical thinking again. And yes, projects and plays and folk music performances. It's really interesting, it is one lesson is there in the book. I can ask any one of my, dear educator to tell which one it is if you have gone through at least gone through the chapters or the poetries that are there, right? And poster making, which is already there in our syllabus. For writing skill, we have to encourage them to write in magazines. If anybody is writing or publishing a book, nowadays publishing a book is very easily done. The publishers, they want young students to come and participate. Please ask that child to bring that book, share his or her ideas or the process or the journey and why they have done this. So, appreciate them in the classroom. And many are writing blogs also on the internet, or they might be writing articles in the newspaper. Encourage them more on all these things apart from the syllabus that we are completing. So it shouldn't be like just to complete the syllabus. R1 and R2 is focusing this time for English educators to make our learners, as I said, future ready, more on communication skills. All right. So let's practice all this. Identify the voice and style of a writer. It is very, very interesting here in terms of writing skill. Now, finally, we are on the page where this is the textbook of grade 9. And this textbook is based on these 4 points. First one based on the CGs which we have discussed. If anyone can remember the CGs for R1 and R2, any points. Okay, we have discussed 4 or 5 CGs there. I'm not asking the competencies, only the CGs. If you can remember, please write it in the chat box. I would love to see how many of you remember. There are 4 or 5 CGs in R1, R2. There is no rigid differentiation between R1 and R2. Only the level is high and low a bit. And same textbook flexibly will be used for both the subjects R1 and R2. And it is according to the learner's profile and content. That's it. Now, this one, I made this table. I hope it will be helpful to you. Just a minute. So is the table visible, sir? Or it is going half that side?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is a table which I thought of showing you the structure and the design over here. You see Kaveri, it's a single integrate. You can see it very clearly. I have mentioned Beehive and Moments. We had 2 separate books. Number of chapters in Kaveri, we have 8 proses, 8 poetries. And I love the number 8 also. Anyways, and here in Beehive and Moments, you see there were 18 proses. We used to rush, and 8 poetries. So it's quite, you can see the difference, right? Curriculum, this one is aligned with NCF SA 2023, very recently done. And the other one was based on NCF 2005. Kaveri is focusing more on competencies, and Beehive and Moments focused more on content, right? Although at the end, when competency education was introduced, we were trying to make questions from the chapter. Because at the end, we were not having the competency based questions, right? So we used to sit and design our own questions to make it competency based. So here you can see it is already designed. Skills, LSRW, there is a structured balance in that, as we discussed just now. Whereas the other one was, which we were following till 25-26, it was more focusing on the reading, speaking, and writing. Listening, hardly it was there in the textbook. Role of a teacher, here you are the facilitator and mentor. You make a classroom which should be having this skill, inquiry building and skill development. And the other one, we were facilitator definitely, but it was more of literary discussion. Other 3 skills, hardly we used to do. Role of a student here, they are active participant, they can debate, they can present, they can create. Let them involve and engage to the utmost. Okay. And for Beehive in this, they were just reading and they were responding to the questions. So this is the difference in the structure and design. Moving to the next slide, language and skill development. These are the differences between Kaveri and Beehive and Moments. For reading, Kaveri is a tool for reason, argumentation, and communication. And Beehive, it was interesting, definitely, but it was more on reading and imagination skills, right? Literature approach, Kaveri, literature is there. Along with that, real world communication tasks are also there, means experiential learning. Beehive and Moments emphasized more on proses and poetries. This is more contextual. This was limited to encourage inferencing. This is functional and more on real life writing, topics that are given there: email writing, notice writing, digital scripts, media responses. Very interesting. And earlier in writing skill, we had all these topics. For project work, this one, we have topics which are structured and experiential learning. And I don't know class 9, how many projects we had done, or if I would love to listen to that as well, that how many project work in a year they used to do, or any activity or any file or any presentation. If you have done it, is really great, then it's very good. And if we have not done, we have done it occasionally, this time we have to start it, right? Oral work, this is formalized speaking presentation. And this was like we used to give some prompts, or we used to give some topics to them, ask them to prepare, please come on such and such day, please come and speak for 5 minutes. And we had rubrics also accordingly for the speaking skill activity. These are the chapters, okay, in Kaveri. All are interesting, although I did not get the time to read all the chapters, but few I read. How I taught my grandmother to read, I think we all of us know this, right? And I personally like this one. I cannot remember my mother. I was just reading that 2 days back. And can anyone write in the chat box without seeing the book that who is the poet? I was also surprised to see that because it was written in Bengali. And it is translated in English this time. Any answers, sir?
Yes, Tagore.
Yeah, absolutely. I was so surprised to see, and it's beautiful, it's beautifully written. And I was, we can discuss that later. So these are the lessons that we are seeing. This one I have taken from, sir has given me, I have put it over here, and thanks to Vikramjit Verma, sir, who has worked on this. And you can see very nicely, again, there's a comparative analysis of R1 and R2. He has mentioned it here. Already we have discussed the 4-5 points: curriculum, core skills, CGs. CGs, again, please remember this term now. Use it in your pedagogy. CG, C1, CG, C2. Like that you write. Then you will see it is easy for you. CG, curricular goals, and C1, C2, competencies. So these are the competencies: communication, reasoning, creativity, culture. There's no difference in R2. All these things are same. Level, if you talk about, R1 is bit higher, okay, in the proficiency level. R2, average one. Cognitive, here more on analytical, inferential, evaluative, critical thinking. We have to focus more on R1. In R2, more on understanding and the basic analytical skills. Reading, descriptive and case-based passages will be there in R1. For R2, factual and case-based. Descriptive passages won't be there in the question paper. All right. Reading weightage, 20 for both R1 and R2, but here 10 for each, and R2 12 plus 8. So this is difference. Grammar, as I said, there are no difference in that. But grammar questions, if I talk about, editing and omitting will be only for R1. In R2, we do not have editing the passage or omission. Okay. In R2, if you're selecting R2, we have only paragraph completion, and it also can be MCQ based. All right. Writing task, notice, informal invitation. We have notice in R2 as well, but we have poster here, no informal invitation. Second writing task, letter to the editor, formal email. And it is same for R2, there is no change. I hope we all know all the formats for all these writing tasks. Only 2-3 new things are there which we can discuss. Factual description, magazine article, task 3. Here magazine article is same, only speech is the one which is changed. They don't have factual description, we have speech over here. Word limit same. And task 4, that's a long writing task of 200 to 250 words. We have to give a lot of time in this, in the classroom. Just please do not give them topic 1 day, 2 days we have taken to explain and give them a topic, write it at home and bring it, I will check. Ask them to write it in the classroom, okay? So descriptive essays, narrative essays for R1. And here we do not have any descriptive essay. They have only narrative essay. And the word limit is lesser. Okay. It is 150 to 180. So these are the basic differences. And if we see the literature extract based questions, for R1, we have prose and poetry. 2 extracts will be there. For R2, prose, drama and poetry, 3 extracts will be there. Reason behind, because extract based questions will be having 1 marker questions as well. It can be MCQ, assertion reasoning, true, false, so that it becomes scoring for them. All right, that's what I felt. It is not mentioned anywhere, but I felt, seeing the question paper pattern, that it will be scoring for the R2 level, the students who are taking that. All right, literature answers for R1, more interpretation, more critical thinking, and for R2, the questions will be direct. Not all, but direct questions will be there, and few structured responses, means long and short question answers. Answer expected from R1 learners, independent and elaborative. For R2, they need guidance from us. Okay, guidance from the teacher. As we guide them, they should be able to do. Question nature more will be higher order thinking skills for R1, and for R2, direct questions will be there. Along with that, structured questions will be also there. It is not that the whole paper will be easy. Internal assessment, no changes. Both R1, R2 learners will go for portfolios, project work, oral work, listening skill. Everything is same over here, right? So this is nicely designed by sir. And now this is what is given in the curriculum, how your lesson or unit plan should look like. Specific lesson plan for the topics are to be prepared by the teachers. Mentioned there, these plans should have all these. You can add more. So LOs should be clear. Pedagogical strategies should be clear. Your activity for every chapter or topic should be clear. Interdisciplinary, try to bring interdisciplinary linkages. Along with that, life skills and values, gender sensitivity, using ICT. Assessment should be measurable along with the learning outcomes. Feedback should be given, timely feedback should be given, and there should be a plan for remedial teaching as well. For few learners, handful of learners which we get, we have to be ready with for the remedial classes. And inclusive practices, everyone should be given the opportunity to participate. And your again, lesson plan should align with the 21st century skills. We have already done this, attended many sessions on 21st century skills. The same things are mentioned over here again. Learning skills with all the 4 C's, critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. Literacy skills, information, media, and technology literacy, and life skills. As we say, flips, we know this, right? So flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and self-awareness. All this, they are trying to asking us to integrate with our lesson plans, 21st century skills. Now, these are the units that we have, unit 1 to unit 8. Each unit, you can see there are 1 prose and 1 poetry. So total 8 proses and 8 poetries. Along with that, we also have writing skill and grammar included in the textbook. We can do separately. We can bring materials from other resources, but in this textbook, it is already given. Right? So in the first unit, you see, you can start with the letter to the editor and tenses. That's usually we start with. I hope many of you have already started because it's April end. And second one, again, if you see here, reflect. I'm not going to the literature section now. Reflective writing, poster preparation for an event, determiners, clauses, and adjectival clauses. So what I will suggest, if you are doing this unit, then in that case, because it is aligned with our syllabus only, right? You can bring, it's already given there, your lesson plan or your whole yearly plan can be designed along with the units also. Without doing much brain work, you just see that the topics that are given in the writing skill, it is going with this unit or not. So what will happen? It will be an integration of all the 4 skills in that unit itself. Separately, you don't have to think again. All right. Unit 3, descriptive writing is already there. Tenses are continuing. Subject-verb agreement starts over here. But again, it depends on the school, on your team, which one you want to start with. If you feel like subject-verb agreement can be done later, you can do it later also. But then please come back to this unit and complete that assignment. Should not be left like that. Okay. If you're starting subject-verb agreement later, maybe in month of August, come back to unit 3 and complete this. Try to, get the learners complete all these exercises. Similarly, all these units are there. Along with that, email drafting at the last, you can see a new one, which I have seen here, condolence message writing. Even we have also not done. It's a new thing. We do it, but it was never inculcated in the syllabus that, okay, we have to train the child or guide the child how to write a message, such type of messages. So it is there. And it is definitely integrated with these 2 lessons that we have, carrier of words and the poetry. So that's a new thing again. Script for the play. We usually do it whenever annual functions are there. We call the best ones. We ask them, give them the theme, we guide them, and English teachers take a lot of pain in training the students, writing the script. Then it has to be edited so many times. Then our principal, HOD, everyone should see, give a green signal. Then only we start the rehearsals. So it's a very cumbersome task only during the annual functions or a specific competition. So here we can start training from the beginning itself. Okay. Invitation letter, it is there in grade 12 also. Okay, invitation. So they have brought it in grade 9. I think it will be helpful for us. Reported speech we have done. One more new thing is there, infographic presentation. This is very important for digital literacy, digital platform, how the students are using. Like if they become a content writer later, if they become a digital writer later, they should be good in their vocabulary and they should be good in their graphics as well. So I think it will be helping them a lot for different professions if they want to take later. But before that, we have to be ready and trained for this. Article and diary entry, we are already doing it. Those are only the new things I wanted to focus. And this lesson plan I have designed. You can definitely design your own lesson plan for the whole year. Last night I was sitting and this is like I tried to bring it in this way. If you want, according to your date sheet of the school exams or any, all the events that you have, you can modify it as well. So this one I have designed. Sorry, this is April and May. 7 has come away. April and May, because we have less number of days depending on the summer vacation and all. So unit 1 and 2 we can complete. Tenses we can complete in grammar. Note, this is for R1 till here. And for R2, the changes I have mentioned over here. So for April and May, same thing we can do for R1 and R2. Unit 1 and 2, tenses and notice writing. Let's focus on this only. Count the number of days that you're getting, depending on that number of classes required for each and every topic. That is also important. So this is just a brief lesson plan. In the month of June, unit 2, you can, continue. If it is not completed, you can continue. And modals we can do here. Editing the passage we can do for R1. Informal invitation for R1. Just now I discussed that for writing skill, we do not have informal invitation. So what we are going to do, we will do poster making easy, short writing task. For July, August, why 3? Because the maximum number of days we teach is in the month of July and August. All right. So that's why I've kept 3 units over there. Reported speech for R1 and omitting the passage, paragraphs. Letter to the editor, formal email and descriptive passage. Same for R2. Only thing is they don't have descriptive, they have factual passage. And paragraph completion for in case of grammar, because they don't have omitting. Right. So these are the changes. September month, I have not given anything here. Most of the time half yearly starts or, we have our PTs. So revision, I have kept revision. We can do a lot of listening and speaking activity here. Apart from revision, continuous revision sometimes gets boring. So in between, once or twice in a week, we can have one listening activity, one speaking activity, along with the revision. So we can do for R1 and R2. Unit 6 for in the month of October, determiners. Here you can see factual description, case-based passage, and here speech and rearrangement. Okay, they do not have factual description, they have speech writing and rearrangement. In the month of November, unit 7 we can do. For grammar, Concord will take a lot of time. That's why I've given 2 months over here. Subject-verb agreement, it's a huge topic. And rearrangement, here it's an easy one. Children usually love to do that. And writing, it's a new, again, magazine article, how to write a magazine article. The same topics we can do over here for R2. All right, only whatever is mentioned here, yeah. And unit 8 in December, we can continue with Concord for grammar. Transformation of sentences, we can start with that here and practice a lot. Transformation also takes a lot of time. And in writing skill, we can do descriptive and narrative essays. R2, they don't have descriptive essay, they have only narrative essay. Along with that, transformation of sentences, practice of this. So by December, sir, I think educator had asked this question, how to plan and all. So by December, easily we can complete, right? All the units. We have the whole month of January, because in January we have to revise everything. Whole syllabus is there for class 9. I think it is like that because in class 9, whole syllabus is given for the finals. So January month definitely will take a lot of time to start from unit 1 to unit 8. And in the month of January, try to focus more on the literature, writing and reading. Listening and speaking, keep it till December. Because in January, they have to submit the project work also, portfolios also, give them some time. The summer vacation also, you can plan and give them the time. Winter, after winter, you can take a submission date also can be given. So January month, just keep for revision. And February, most of the time, the finals start. So this is a rough plan from my side. You can design your own plan and you can share it with me also. I would love to see that. Okay. And I can share it with my, team members and educators. You can design a nice plan and share it with me. This is just a rough one. Reflective writing, as I said, you can see here reflective writing. It's a new one. This was also a question there, but for writing skill, we need another session only for writing skill and grammar. We can have another session on that if sir allows. Okay, so then reflective writing is all about, what I was going through is DIEP, it is said. So describe what you have seen, interpret your own experience, evaluate, like, was the experience good, bad, why, with reasons. Always CBSE is ask the students to give reasons, rational their thoughts. Not yes, no. Did you like it? Yes, ma'am. Did you like it? No, ma'am. I didn't like the movie. Why you didn't like the movie? The moment you ask this question, they will be lost. Maybe they will be lost in their thoughts or vocabulary or expression. So they will not be able to tell you why they did not like it. They will take time. So how valuable was the learning experience and how will you apply your learning? So reflective writing is all about insight. What happened? What did you learn? And how you're going to transfer your reflection to the other person. Suppose in this session, I don't know how much I'm able to, reach you with my presentation or my whatever I have planned with. But after the session, if you have taken few points or reflected on this session and passed it on to another teacher or educator who is not there in the session, that means I was able to reflect and recall and pass on. So this is what reflective writing I felt is all about. Format and all, as such, CBSE has not released anything, but definitely we'll start working on that and we can discuss on this as well. Important. Second one is infographic. I was talking about this, like digital writing. So if infographic, there are not more focus on the visuals, definitely, but there are also a lot of focus on the words that they are using, the vocabulary, the style of writing, how creative and how critically the child has thought and designed. Okay, so it is all about, first, the infographic presentation means the child should first think a lot, do a lot of brainstorming, decide on what I want to do, refine his own ideas, not to copy and paste from anywhere. Usually the children who are very good in art and craft, they will be good in this as well. So it's also a part of your art education. They will present a storyline and they will design it in such a manner with the visuals and the words that we will be mesmerized. So we should first train ourselves, try to collect materials, let's share with each other. We are already there in the group. All the new topics that is introduced by CBSE in the writing skills section. The ones which we already know, it is okay. Let it to the editor, email writing, we already know how to do it, right? Next one is slogan writing. There are many competitions that CBSE arranges many times throughout the year. Ask your students to participate on that. Not necessarily they have to win, but participation also, is a type of learning process. So calligraphy is how to write a slogan and it is said like within 8 words they should write the slogan. Maximum 8 words. You should not cross that. Calligraphy is very, very important. Color combinations, style of writing, the thought that is there behind the slogan, how much it is effective, is it reaching to the masses? So many points are there, which are the rubrics. We can train them accordingly. And the next one, which I have focused, is a narrative essay. Narrative essay means when personal experience, definitely, and I narrate the incident, but I write it in the form of an essay. Right? So key elements should be characters, setting, and plot. There should be some engaging sentences. There should be a hook sentence. Characters should be there. Setting should be there. Clear storyline with action, climax, and resolution. Like a story, it should be written. Because I'm narrating, right? Who is considered to be the best narrator? The one who can hook the audience. The moment I start speaking with a certain sentence or certain incident, that everyone looks at me, everyone gives their ears. Okay, I'm listening to you. So that type of engaging opening sentence should be there. Characters should be highlighted. And yes, this action, climax, and resolution should be there. Bring story to the life. Use vivid imaginative skills. Sensory details, it is said. More and more, our sensory details should be used in a narrative essay. It's very interesting. Long writing task, 200 to 250. This side, we have seen in R1. And I think children can write beautiful narrative essays. Okay, first we will guide them. We can do it at the November, December, that month. Okay, and give time to this, please. Use dialogues and action, and yes, offer insight or lessons learned from the experience and a proper closure. It's just beginning. It's April month. We have the whole year with us. We will gradually go into all these topics, and definitely we'll stay connected with each other. The ones who are having their best practices, please share so that all schools are getting their ideas. I will also share whatever I get throughout the year. And the last one, which what I have kept, is condolence message writing. This I have just taken. This is not like you can see how it is written. Heartfelt condolences, sending healing prayers and comfort during this tough time. May the Almighty give you strength to go through this difficult time. So when we are doing this topic, class should be sensitized. Class should be told the values of relationship. Class should be asked many competency questions. Let's not dive immediately. Okay, today we are going to do how to write condolence message writing. Many students might not be knowing the term condolence also, right? So you have to tell them that this is what it is, and this is what we feel when when we write it. It comes in the form of words. It touches more to the other person, right? Always speaking is not enough. Some writing is the most powerful weapon we know. So this class, please design it very carefully with a lot of sensitization, and let the students feel it. Our classes should be all about emotions and feelings. Without emotions, feelings, literature classes or any language classes cannot be complete. And value should be there definitely, right, into the classes. Assessment culture, I have already talked about it. Assessment of learning, for learning, and as learning, we are going to do that. Types of assessment, formative is also there this time. Competency based is there. Self-assessment is there. Summative assessments, as we normally do, 2 exams or maybe 1 exam also in many schools they do have end of the year. And please refer to the CGs. It should be constructive, developmental, and learning focused. Forms of assessment, written test should be taken. These are the topics, the topics given in the curriculum, which I have just taken and kept it in the, put up in the slide. Objective type questions, MCQs, fill in the blanks, matching, riddle, crossword. Please give questions on riddles and crossword. Constructed response questions, we are already doing that. Short question and long question. And graphic and visual representation of ideas, means the reading passages that we are giving, factual passage with a picture on that. Oral test, a passage, a poem, word recognition, fluency, voice modulation, reading aloud can be one of the tests, listening skill and responding on one of the tests, recitation in the classroom can be one of the tests, debates and discussions we are already doing, we have to do it more, right? Practical tests are all again a part of internal assessment, like the projects, portfolios, and multiple assessments throughout the year it should be done. Okay, journals or any short surveys, worksheet can be given, which we do, report writing, model can be made, okay, and periodic pen and paper assessment as we normally do again. Question paper design, if you see here, you can see here subject code is not mentioned by CBSE, okay? There's a dash over here. It is not mentioned yet. But the moment they will release their question paper and all, I think sample question paper, it is still not released. We will get an idea about the subject code. So these are the weightages given: reading skill, writing skill 30, reading skill 20, language through literature 30, and internal assessment 20. Question design and assessment. See, for Kaveri, there are 4 to 7 prompts. For Beehive, 2 to 3 prompts were given. Reading comprehension, if you turn the pages in the textbook, you will see 20 to 30 questions are given. And here it was 15 to 20. Grammar, 25 to 35 questions. Here 15 to 20 again. 5 to 8 questions are there on true false in the book Kaveri. But in Beehive, there were no questions on true false. Okay. Critical thinking based questions, 15 to 20, it's there in Kaveri. 2 to 3 in Beehive. Literature cause and effect questions, 2 to 5 questions are there in Kaveri, but in Beehive, we were not having any questions on this cause and effect. Okay, it's a new one again. Literature extract based questions, there are 8 to 12 in Kaveri. In Beehive, we had only 4 to 6, very less in number. And speaking writing tasks, there are 3 to 5 questions in Kaveri, and in Beehive, we had 1 or 2. So these are the new changes that we have observed: reflective questions, application-based questions, integrated, competency, open-ended, and creative. Right? Now we are moving to the question paper. R1, this is the question paper. this is how we have to design our question paper. Reading comprehension, 20 marks, 2 passages, 10 and 10. First one 400 to 450, next one is 200 to 250. First one is descriptive and the next one is case-based. All right. Type of questions already mentioned here. You can see, you can take a screenshot or it is there also in the website. Writing skill and grammar, 30 marks given here. 4 plus 3 plus 3 for what? 4 marks for editing or omitting. It should be MCQ based. 3 marks for rearrangement and 3 marks for transformation. But what are the topics that we are covering? These are the topics which we are already doing. It was there earlier also. Okay, the same topics, only clauses. Please be careful on the clauses this time. Rest of the topics we are already doing. Writing skill, we have 20 marks in writing skill. First one is a notice writing and informal invitation. Choice-based question, 3 marks. 7th question, letter to the editor and formal email. Again, a choice-based question of 5 marks. 8th question, factual description and magazine article, choice-based question of 120, 150 words, 5 marks. But this will be only when you're doing the final question paper. Right? Half-yearly question paper cannot be based on all this. If you're doing factual description, you have to give 2 factual description. They have to attempt 1. Until unless you complete the whole syllabus, you cannot have this. Writing descriptive and narrative essay, 7 marks given, 200 to 250. One more thing is mentioned, 6 to 9 question. This one, attempt any one as per the internal choice provided. The internal choice could comprise both same or different topics, which I said just now. So it is not necessary that you have to give notice and informal, you can give 2 notices as well. So for half-yearly paper, we can do this. Final, we can stick to the question paper pattern. Language through literature, 30 marks. You can see 10, 10, 5 plus 5. Okay. 20 and 10, 30. So what is this? First one, 10 marks. There are extract-based questions, 1 from drama or prose, 1 from poetry. 5 into 2 means 5 marks for each extracts. Then moving to the next one, question number 12. It is mentioned here, constructed responses. Please use this term, okay? In classroom and in the question paper. Constructed responses, new term we are using. We used to write short question answer, long question answer, it's okay. But the same thing, we will write this use this vocabulary this time. Constructed responses, 5 questions out of 6, 5 into 2, 10 marks. And then 13 and 14, these 2 are long question answers, okay, based on extrapolation. And the next one is based on theme, plot, and character. So this is the question paper pattern for R1. Next is R2. R2 weightage, if you see, 20, 30, 30, and internal assessment, 20. Changes, you will see, we have discussed it. So changes, 12 plus 8. Instead of 10 plus 10, 12 plus 8. 2 passages, one is factual or literary passage, and next one is case-based, 12 plus 8. Type of questions, MCQs, objective, very short question answers, short question answers, all this you can use. Grammar, 4 plus 3 plus 3. Little bit change here, okay? 4 plus 3 plus 3, 4 marks for the paragraph completion because they do not have editing and omitting. So this is a change here. From here we see the change. Paragraph completion, but MCQ, fill up with options, 4 marks. MCQ, please, we have to give MCQs over here. Arrangement, rearrangement, transformation, 3 plus 3. The grammar topics remains the same. Only for clauses, we have type 1 here. With a conditional clause, only type 1 in case of R2. Writing skill, 20 marks given here. Notice and poster, 4 marks. Letter to the editor, formal email, 5 marks. Same like R1. Speech and magazine article. I just want to know if any educator can tell me what is the difference in question number 8 from R1 question. Right, in question number 8, what is the difference? Speech and magazine given, and what was there in R1? If you can recall and write, it will be great because we are also learning now. And the last one, if you see, there is no option given, narrative essay, only 6 marks. So it was of 7 marks there. Here we see it's of 6 marks. Again, it is said 6 to 9. It's not necessary you have to give option between these 2. You can give 2 notices as well, depending on the learner's ability, the strength in the classroom, depending on whom you are teaching, right? So depending on that, we can be flexible also. All right. Or sometimes 2 set of question papers can be made. They should not know it, but we can make 2 set of question papers. Okay, where we can give 2 notices for the slow learners. We can give notice and poster for the higher achievers, like that you can do. We can start doing that with permission from the hierarchies, definitely. Section C, 30 marks. You can see here more weightage on the extract based questions. In R1, it was of 10 marks. In R2, it is of 15 marks. So one extract is given. Out of 2, they have to select one and attempt. 15 marks, they will easily score from here. All right. We have to train them, guide them, revise a lot in the classroom. Constructed responses, it is there. Question number 13, same, 5 into 2, 10 marks. And one more change here, if you see, they are writing only one long question answer. In R1, we had 2 long question answers. In R2, we have only 1. Out of 2, any one they will write, which will be of 5 marks. All right. So the level is little bit, I will not say lower, but yes, it is easier, okay, compared to R1. Right? This one, it's already 8:15. So it's almost 1 hour. So nature of question papers, 50% question on competencies. Structured assessment should be there. Internal assessment, 20 marks should be properly done. 80-20 concept is again there for class 10 and for class 9 as well. And instructional time, yes, please manage your time properly. Use art education, vocational education, PE also. Take them to the field. If you find any chapter which should be, taught in the field, playground during the winter season, please take them. They will love to have you there, right? And board examination, these are some of the changes. Sir, yeah. Sir.
Previous slide, please.
Yes, sir.
The structure of assessment scheme, here the difference, the highlight is from this year onwards, till this academic year, means 26-27, the passing criteria for grade 10 is aggregate of 33% of internal and external. But from next year onwards, it is going to be separate.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I understood. Yes.
Yeah, for external 33%, internal 33%. So till now, what is happening is if a child scores 13 marks with including 20 marks internal, the child gets passed. So that is not going to happen from this academic year onward. That is 26-27 onwards for 9 and 10. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like class 12, right, sir? Like class 12, they have to pass 33% in theory and 33% in internal assessment.
Yes.
So that's for all subjects. For all subjects.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir. This one talking about the external board exams and the passing criteria, the grades that is mentioned over here. Okay, and this one I will show them for class 9. Class 9, when you are preparing the report card, please refer to this. Okay, the grading scale for scholastic areas, class 9. School will award grades as per the following grading scale. So please use this scale when you are preparing your holistic report card. Okay, for grade 9. Internal assessment, 20 marks as we were doing, and it is divided into 4 parts. Number 1 is periodic assessment. Of 25% should be of the periodic assessment. Next, we have multiple assessments. Multiple assessment means discussion, quiz, project work, field work, collaborative task, any reflective exercises you are doing. All these are in the multiple assessment. Okay, next we have portfolio. Portfolio, it is mentioned there, portfolio shall form an integral component of internal assessment and align with the philosophy of the HPC envisioned in NCFSE. So the portfolio should be made in such a way that it's a collection of student work which will demonstrate not only the written task, but also their reflection should be art integrated. They can use a digital platform. It can be interdisciplinary. So make it interesting and quite effective and engaging. Okay, the portfolios. And how to assess the portfolios, the rubrics are also mentioned here, right? Organization, neatness, creativity, visual appeal, completion of guided work focused on specific curricular objectives that we discussed, evidences of students' growth that, okay, they had taken or they have done the research, and last, how well they have completed, inclusion of a relevant work. So the portfolio will also be having 25% weightage of the whole internal assessment. There are 20 marks that we are talking about, means 5 marks, each 5 marks, okay? And last one is subject enrichment activities, which most of the time we do it in a very hurried manner, right? So sub SC is listening, speaking, argumentation in class 9, analytical writing, communicative competence. These are given by CBSE. The other subjects I'm not reading. I'm only reading the languages portion. So 5 marks each. 5 for same as it was there earlier. So 5 for SCA, 5 for multiple assessment, 5 for portfolio, and 5 for the PTs that you're having. All right. Some competence, like you can see here, student enrichment activity. CBSE had already designed these competitions. Please participate in that. Take permission and ask your children to participate, and not the same group. Storytelling, or not all for languages. I'll just tell storytelling competition. It is on languages. Competency is creative, analytical, evaluative, and all those thinking skills. Next, we have reading week and budding authors. That is also for language. Then we have expression series where creative thinking skills, communication skills, these things will be developed. Point number 1, 2, and 7, it goes with our subject. And then we have, although Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat is all about Swachhata Abhiyan, but there are a lot of activities which we can do using English language, definitely. All right. Rashtriya Ekta Divas, again associated with social science and all, but yes, when you're writing something showing the patriotism or your creative skills, you can see it is there. It shows unity as well. So, interdisciplinary, as I said, social science and English, always we work together, both the departments. So please work together. Take your social science department along with you. Matrabhasha Divas, this is for the, the mother tongue, whichever state we have, but this is also based on language. English department can also, together, they can work and give ideas on this. And art integrated project, it's for all. It's for all. So these are some of the competitions from CBSE. I will definitely request everyone to please participate, ask your students, guide them. Moving to the last section, that is internal assessment, which I have already discussed. The 5 division is there, 5 for each. And now class 10, 26, 27, no changes as such, as sir said. Next year they have to be, 33%, they should pass. There's no change in the competencies, no change in the question paper pattern as of now. So the same, what we had been doing for class 10, it is the same one for 26, 27. So discursive passage, already teachers are knowing about it. Case-based passage, 10, 10, 20 marks. And then we have writing skill, all these topics, grammar topics, please start covering up. Only few are there. Okay, 5 topics are there: determiners, tenses, modals, subject verb, and reported speech. Right. So we have to work on this. 10 marks are there, 12 questions will be there, and 10 questions they have to attempt. For writing skill, we have formal letter, analytical paragraph, choice-based question, 5 marks each, that is 10 marks. For literature, we have question number 6 and 7, extract-based questions of 10 marks. And then we have question number 8 and 9, short question answers, 12 plus 6, 18 marks. And question number 10 and 11, long question answer of 6 marks each, and within 100 to 120 words. So for class 10, as of now, there are no changes. And that's all from my side. Thank you so much for your patience listening. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, educators.
Thank you so much. Very beautifully presented, ma'am. We have touched all the aspects, not left anything, everything was covered, and it was very much insightful, very informative, and you have taken a lot of pain in going through in detail. So thank you so much for your effort. And we have, there are many comments, very good, session, like informative session, eye opener. So thank you, participants, for your, active participation, and also there were contributions from the participants. So if you have questions, I think most of the areas
Yes.
are being covered. If you have any questions, we can directly ask. Ms. Rupali has raised her hand.
Yes,
We'll
yes,
unmute
sir.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, Rupali, Miss Rupali, you can unmute and ask. Please unmute. Yeah, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
हाँ, मैं महाराष्ट्र से हूँ। मेरा एक सवाल है कि अभी सीबीएसई स्कूल है तो R1, R2 और R3 कौन सी लैंग्वेज रह सकती है सीबीएसई स्कूल के? अभी जो मैम ने चार्ट दिखाया उसमें हिंदी, इंग्लिश, आई थिंक कन्नड़ा एंड तेलुगु, इतने भाषा में R1, R2 लिखा हुआ है। तो अभी सीबीएसई स्कूल में इंग्लिश अगर R1 रहता है तो R2 और R3 कौन सा रह सकता है?
Okay, first of all, let us make it very clear that R1, R2, R3 refers to the different languages. Okay. Among the different languages, there are two levels, that is R1, R2. So let us not confuse it. Okay. So
Okay.
the three language system is R1, R2, R3. Everybody knows. Again, in that language, English, Hindi, Marathi, Kannada, all this, they have two levels, that is R1 and R2. Your question is, in your school in Maharashtra, whether
Yes.
R1 should be English, R2 should be
Yes.
Marathi, and R3 should be in Hindi, Sanskrit, or something like that, right? Is it a
Yes.
CBSE school and the medium of instruction is English?
Yes.
Then you can go for R1 English. And since
Yes.
Marathi is compulsory, you can take R2 Marathi and
Yes.
R3 any other native language.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All
Thank you
right.
very much.
Thank
Okay.
you. Am I right, Mallika ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely, sir. Yeah.
And
So
Deepika?
few answers participants have already written. Persuasive writing means the child needs to convince the person to adopt a specific point of view or logic evidence given by them. Yes, ma'am. I don't know ma'am or sir because I can see 1+ written. Thank you for the answer. Priya ma'am has written expository writing is used to inform, explain or describe a topic in a clear and logical way.
That
Yes,
was the contribution I was talking about.
and
Priya
yes.
Muralidharan, yeah. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Good evening.
And
Good evening, everyone.
Good
This
evening,
is
Deepika
Deepika
ma'am.
here from Jalna.
Okay.
I would just like to get clarity on one point. Till last year, for class 9, we used to have 3 PTs: periodic test 1 in the first half and periodic test 2 and 3 in the second half. So it is, if we go only with PT1 and PT2, is it okay for now, or we should carry on with PT3 as well?
Okay,
School can
Deepika
take a
ma'am.
call, I think.
All three, right, sir? What I have
School-
seen in the curriculum.
Yeah. School can
Yeah.
take a call. Some schools, they conduct even PT4 also.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
3 should be okay, ma'am, I think, because it is mentioned in the curriculum at the last, the 3 PTs. Okay, no, not an issue. But weightage you can decide. Weightage you can decide. How many marks?
The only
Okay.
thing is that you have to, scheme it properly. According to the time, you can. If you have sufficient time, you can go for any number of, assessments, formative assessments.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Salam sir, I want to give a clap to Malati ma'am because she has taken the time and taken the pain of writing all the 4 very nicely. So clap for Malati ma'am, narrative writing, descriptive, expository, and persuasive.
Yes.
Very nicely she has penned down over here. Thank you, ma'am.
Well done, Miss Maladi. Thank you so much. Actually, they were, emotionally, involved in the.
Yes, sir. And clap to all the other participants. Shiparna ma'am has written, Rupa ma'am, Veena ma'am. I have read all the. Sir, these screenshots, can I get later? Whatever they have written?
We can
Only
take
the.
now.
Achha, okay.
Okay. Any more questions, please? So I hope everything is clear. If you have any more questions with regard to anything else, you can, ask us. Otherwise, we are going to wind it up.
Yes, sir. If later on also, sir, they have any doubts, because while teaching we get, right now is just the beginning. When we also go through experiential learning, we enter the classroom, we get many doubts at that time. Later on also, if they get, we can reach out to each other through you.
And
Right, sir.
also we can have one session on writing, especially.
Yes, sir. That is You give me some time, I'll also do the research.
Yeah, next month we
And
can.
will do. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much. Biju sir. Mr. Biju S. Pillai, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir, please wind up.
Thank you, Malika ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Even you have given importance for preparing the lesson plan also. It was very nice. But actually, ma'am, you have set it for monthly wise, right?
That is scheme of
Monthly,
work,
yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah,
April
yeah.
to December.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. So if it is possible, if day wise also one example, then it will be good for the teachers also. So
Day wise means, sir, means week wise, one
yeah,
unit,
week
one
wise,
unit.
one
Acha,
week,
okay.
one week.
Unit.
Yes, yes, sir. I'll do.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
So
you very
that
much,
was a
ma'am.
scheme of work.
Yes,
Curriculum
yeah.
plan for the whole year. Okay. That we can share
I'll
in the
do it.
group, sir. We can share in
Yeah,
the
That
group.
was also, sir, I must say, it was guided by Salam, sir. He only told you make a lesson plan and all. And every session, I keep learning something new.
But
I
entirely
feel this is
all the English teachers have taken that advantage, ma'am, because from A to Z you have covered, and teachers have got a very clear idea how to
I
handle
hope
the
so.
session
Thank you, sir.
hereafter. Thank you, ma'am, and we expect more sessions related to Kaveri on
Yeah.
coming weeks also. So thank you, Salam sir, and thank you all educators for joining today's evening.
I
Thank
think
you all.
Mr. Ranchini R. Pillai.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Yeah, please.
I had this doubt. I wanted to clear this regarding R1 and R2, two levels of English in the same class. Sir, my doubt is, should we go? Will it be practical in a mixed ability class, or should we go for the same ability classrooms so that one classroom we'll have all students doing R1 level of English and a lower ability class where all students will be doing R2 level of English? Or is it practical to have a mixed ability class where some students will go for R2 and some for R1?
Malika ma'am, what do you say regarding English?
Okay, a very good question ma'am has asked. I feel, sir, in like most of the topics are same, all right. But sir, I feel classroom should be different because it will be difficult for the teacher, because lesson plan will be different, competencies will be different, and many things are not there in R2. So different sections will be better, ma'am. If those who are selecting R1, they should be in one section, R2 in another one.
Excuse me, actually, the objective of having R1 and R2 is some schools are English medium. Okay, so the proficiency of students is greater, where they can go for R1. Some schools are Hindi medium or any other medium. Most of the schools like, KV or Navodaya, they may follow Hindi medium.
Yes,
So
sir.
in that case, they may have a less proficiency in English, where it is advised that they should go for R1. So there is practical difficulty that if you choose R2 and R1 for the same class, I don't think it is very feasible. So,
Yes, sir.
So it is advisable, if your school is English medium, you go for R1. If your school is Hindi medium, you take for R2. So that is the idea behind.
Even for timetable preparation also it will be difficult. R1 and R2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I think Madam has gone. All right. I think who was that? Shalini, Miss
Ranjini, ma'am.
Ranchini. Okay.
Thank you so much.
She's there.
Yeah.
Ranchini ma'am, are you
Yeah,
there?
yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. She's there.
Okay. Okay. I think it is clear, right? Miss Priya Muralidharan. Priya ma'am, thank you so much. Do you have any question?
Good evening, sir, and good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, since ma'am asked regarding that R1, I also had a similar kind of doubt actually, because when we were filling the forms for this R1, R2, and R3 in school, that is which CBSE had sent, which language you are choosing as R1, which language you are choosing as R2. Do we have a chance to go for two languages as R2? For example, I am from Kerala, from Palakkad. So, do we have a choice for going for two languages as R2, like, for example, Malayalam or Hindi, and take another language for R3?
No, ma'am. You take only one language for R2 because we have three languages, no? You can give R3 another language.
So currently, why I ask this is that currently from 6th onward, our school has this practice of children learning 4 languages till 8th. And earlier they had a choice of going for either Malayalam or Hindi as their second language in 9th.
Now you can give to us second language Hindi or Malayalam. If you are giving Hindi, then Malayalam you can take it as third language.
That's why I asked, is there any chance of putting Sanskrit as R3?
Then it will be another language. There are options. You can take any number of subjects and languages, but it is going to be a burden for children.
I understand, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And Priya, Mrs. Prashanti. Mrs. Prashanti, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Good evening, ma'am. All
Good
the
evening.
doubts have been cleared about the Kaveri. I'm so happy for that. Thank you so much. And I just want to ask my one doubt, which is not related to today's session. It's about 10th standard communicative English. Since we have started our 10th standard this year and we opted communicative English, literature textbook is quite easy and it is dense and rich too. I'm getting little confusion regarding main course book. So, sir, are we going to have some sessions about communicative English too in the future?
We have already done sessions on that.
Yes, sir.
Madhya ma'am
Yes,
has
sir.
given it, and it is available on our YouTube channel. But still, when we discuss, writing section, we can include that also.
Yes, sir.
Without
Yes, sir.
Madhya ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much. So, thank you. A big thanks to Malika ma'am. Again, Radhika.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Radhika ma'am, she's raised.
Ms. Radhika, do you have any question?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Actually, I am from Radhika Shidasan from Bhavans, Kuwait. I am from Kuwait, sir. I just want to ask you one thing that in our class, it is multiple national children are sitting. So how can we take this native language? If R1, it is suppose it is English, R2, how can we opt it? Because we have multilingual children in our class. From different state, we have children.
So some states, for example, if you are from Maharashtra, Marathi is compulsory, everybody has to learn Marathi. So you have to
Yes,
give
sir.
Marathi R2 for them.
No, sir, but in our class itself, almost all state children are there. So how is it possible to give all the languages like that? So it's not possible.
We can give more languages, but it is becoming, more. Actually, they are learning 3 languages. So if you give one more language, it's okay. So but when they come to grade 9 and 10, they will be having more language. The same system which you opt in grade 6 will be carried forward till 10. So that is the issue. So you can very well think about, and you can, your school can take a decision. That's the
Actually,
reason. That's the reason there is
sir,
R1 and R2 level. Yeah.
so can you please tell us what options can, because we are following 4 language, that is Hindi, Sanskrit, and French other than English. So how can we do it?
Hindi, Sanskrit, and
French. These are the languages we teach in
French.
our school.
Okay. So French, French should be replacing English then. According to the national education policy, there should be only one foreign language. So French you can take as an extra subject. It is going to be an
Oh,
additional subject.
okay.
That is
Okay,
only
sir.
optional. So when they come to grade 9, they will be learning 4 languages. French as an
Okay, okay.
extra language.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sri Parna.
Sri Parna ma'am.
Sri Parna, please ask. Miss Sri Parna, please unmute. Miss Sapna.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please.
Sir, I am a teacher teaching in Gulf regions. So what about the non-Indians? Which languages they can learn?
Gulf region.
Yeah,
Gulf region.
because they are from different nations, no, outside India. I said non-Indians.
Okay. So Gulf region, I think there are some exemptions, like you can take English as your medium of instruction. Second language, you can go for Arabic. I think Arabic is compulsory there, right?
Yeah, Arabic is compulsory here, sir. Here, these actually non-Indians are taking French instead of Hindi. When Indian students opt Hindi, non-Indians they select French.
So they can take Arabic
That's the
or
kind.
French in Gulf.
Arabic is R3.
R2. Because it
R2,
is
then
compulsory,
R3.
right?
Yeah,
R2, any
R3.
other language, any other native language you can take, Indian language.
But they are non-Indians, sir.
Non-Indians.
Yeah, non-Indians. So,
Okay, that is
like from other nationals like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, and all.
okay.
African countries also there.
Okay, so that is to be, consulted with your RO. So
Yes,
school
sir.
can, take advice from your RO. RO regional office is there in Dubai. So they can take
Okay,
special
sir.
permission. There will be concession in Gulf region. That is what Madam Pragia, our academic director, has said. I have played that in the beginning. In the meeting video, I had played it in the beginning. So there will be some, kind of exemptions for the Gulf regions because of this issue. So definitely they can take advice from the regional office.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
So we cannot, comment on that. Thank you so much. Okay, I think Sriparna is not available. So let's conclude. Thank you so much once again to Mallika ma'am and all the participants who have taken part. Let us keep learning. We will be coming every Saturday with, lots of, wonderful resource persons like Mallika ma'am with new topics, very useful for the classroom transaction and for the enhancement of the competency of the students and teachers alike. So we are winding up. Thank you so much. Good night. Good night,
Thank you,
Mallika
sir.
ma'am, sir, and all.
Thanks, sir. Good night, sir.